See this gap get filled in. Beautiful. Mm. You see that push up there and close up this gap. And this is kind of what I was kind of talking about on the YouTube yesterday with that gap getting filled in. Usually they close right through 50%, or like they come fill that gap fully in. And then that's why it's not always the best to anticipate it to the fullest. Like you see how it took until this morning to come fill it in. That's why I usually just measure out at least 50% of it, take what I can, and get off. I'm not going to take nothing off, but I'm going to put my TP, I'm going to put my stop loss at 550 just in case we come back down, because I got that trailing on, but we should come up and just smack. Come on, get on out of there. Stop it. Stop it. No, they didn't. All right, well, so I started taking out of there. So, I mean, I wanted to kind of stay on and just wait for that anyway. But, I mean, everybody should have got out of there. That was kind of just weird that I just did that. Literally would have been past. Oh, my God, yeah. Hopefully everybody, got to hold on to that. Got opening coming up right here. But we just closed in that gap. I can't believe it came back and just did that to me, man. But yeah, and once we got that push out of there, that kind of like changes the delivery from this little push down. And it gave me that indication that, we wanted to come up and close this gap. Now, how much higher we're gonna go after that, I wouldn't be here for that. But now that, yeah. But it don't know. It don't always have to. It don't always have to. It don't always have to. The fact that it is one right there, because it's also this pullback right here that he left right here. This is where I would have my stop loss typically under. But the fact that we closed the gap up could have been an agenda. But we're gonna wait for, now that we, everybody probably just put some of that up. We're gonna be a little bit patient. Try to wait for this macro time, but it did leave this gap down here, and it did leave lows. So this would, that gap fill would be something typically that I would want to see it do. But the fact that we came in bullish like that, don't, like I said, you don't want to anticipate something having to happen, because it could be a continuation, and the market could keep pushing up. And then we're going to, wait for that first fair value gap after 9:30 to print. And that's important. Fair value gaps before that are, relatively, like, you want to pay attention to it. But like I said, this first printed fair value gap is usually the one that I'm waiting on and actually, gonna extend to the right. That should. Wait, you said what? No, the gap. No, yeah. I pay attention to these wicks. So we ran that agenda, took up the top, left this crazy wick right here. I want to see what these next candles start to do. But this right here is like a super exhaustion candle to me. So I want to see how these next candles react. We ran that agenda, took out that gap fill, and then I want to see what these next ones do. I'm not seeing that and instantly wanting to jump into the cells. I'm letting it give us a tell the story a little bit. I'm not trying to, pick the spot before it tell me what I want to do. Like this say yes, look in the reverse time, we did come up and fill in the gap like I explained, but still being patient, still just letting it do its thing. That move gonna come. It ain't gonna leave without us. Gotta make sure you're not feeling that FOMO while we in these trades, cause it'll hurt you more than that. Just came up, cracked 50% of that. I want to see what these next candles do. Still waiting for that first fair value gap print, y'all. Don't get thirsty. Don't look at this sell and ready to jump in it because I anticipated it. We're gonna wait for this fair value gap. We're gonna let this thing push down. That return back up into the fair value gap is gonna be our entry so that we can set a stop loss. So I'm waiting for this first fair value gap to get printed here. Don't be thirsty. I already know that I told y'all that the sell was gonna come, but let's be patient. We took some money. Everybody just let this thing do its thing, and we're gonna wait for the proper time. It's gonna give us an entry. Don't worry about it. Let's let this fair value gap open. We're gonna let this 1 minute fair value gap open. Once this closure happens, and then we're gonna wait for this to return back up into it. If it keep this gap open, I'm just leaving it here just in case I want to keep pushing down. But this return back up is our entry. I could have got us in there, but on this 50% return up in there, but we don't need it. Let's wait. It's okay. We want clean moves. We ain't gotta. We ain't tripping. It's gonna give us a time to get back in there. I could have got this last 300 that I needed, but I want something clean that we can be able to see, like we talked about in the let's see what this right here does. Did it create that gap for us? See how this candle closure. wicks can do whatever. Bodies tell the story. See, we'll push down. We got that Judas swing. Still being patient. Anybody that would have been thirsty and jumped into that impatience would have came and done you in. That's why we wait. Wait, we got the macro coming up shortly. Did create our first presented fair value gap, inverted that. I want to see if we come back down into it and look to stay above it. We inverted it and created another gap the other way. See, just be patient. Right now it's not doing nothing. Let's see where this closure happens at. I'm gonna take these sales, y'all. Put my stop loss right up here above it. Take profit down here at these lows. See how we was patient, let that first little play come out, came back up, came back through that gap. I don't want to see that come back above it no more. Let's see what happened though. But it's just that little bit of patience that it just take, let the play happen, not be thirsty for a pull down. Now it's like, I don't see that coming back through that gap twice and doing what it just did. But we still got to pay attention to it. Could do anything, but I want to see this gap get respected this time. It ran its agenda to the upside, came back up, tested it one more time, came back through that gap. This gap should 9 times out of 10 get respected on the second time around. Once we take these lows, I'm gonna move my stop loss down right to the top of the gap. It's beautiful, patient trading, y'all. Let's go. It's something that we can sit on, we can write about. Everybody can journal about this. It's calm. Nobody over leveraged shouldn't be in too much drawdown. It's just just waiting that extra little bit of time will just bring you so much. Yeah. Mines keep going down to where I passed it already. W's in the chat, man. I closed mines, man. I just passed these. W's in the chat, man. TP should go ahead and get smacked. W's in the chat for everybody, feel me? Just went past these 6 easily. W's in the chat. Go ahead and down there and smack that TP. And just like that, we done for the day. W's, y'all. W's, y'all. And look, man, just like we just, you see the patience of it. You see how you let it set up, not be too thirsty. And then let's just do it like that, man. Like trading is just, it ain't the easiest thing in the world, but when you're patient and you box it in, and it's going to keep running because it already did this agenda to the upside. We displaced, we showed that the fair value gap got pushed through, pushed back below it. That's going to work as a gap, and then by the end of the day, you're going to see that market come all the way back up to that gap, the same 930 gap that I told y'all about on Saturdays. So that's all we got for today, man. W Monday. Everybody, hopefully y'all got y'all back. I'll holler at y'all. Peace.